Hello, well, welcome back to 52 Weeks of Financial Success. Here we are up to week number 12, and we're talking about the importance of estate planning. Well, thus far, we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about you need to have a budget, you need to have emergency savings, how do you eliminate debt, how do you protect your retirement plan, your financial plan through risk management. We also talked about retirement planning. We've talked about real estate. But listen, if you do all of those things, but you fail to do this part here, it could probably be for naught. Because see, estate planning, I don't care how much you earn. I don't care where you live. I don't care your net worth. Everyone needs an estate plan. So let me give you some things that are essential, tools that you need to have in your estate plan. First of all, you need a will. You need a will. Because if you do not have one, let me let you in on a secret. The state of Tennessee, or wherever you are watching this, they have a will for you. And so I want to make sure that you're able to make your own decisions as it relates to your financial affairs, and you do that with a will. Now, many times people will say, well, Winfrey, I just wrote something down on paper, had it notarized. Is that official? Well, it could be, but I wouldn't want to take that chance. You've got many options. You could buy a software program. You could go to LegalZoom.com, go on the internet somewhere. You could get a professional attorney. Well, whatever resource you use, make sure you take a copy to the Register of Deeds in your area, because you want that filed appropriately. You want to make sure that it's at the right place, that if something were to happen to you, instead of your family having to look around and search, it's already where it needs to be, in the proper legal place. And so whatever you use, when you get the will, make sure it's filed with the Register of Deeds. Number two, second tool that you need for estate planning, you need a power of attorney. See, this is what you need to understand. A will only has power at your death. But while you're living, the tool that you need is a power of attorney. Because what a power of attorney will allow someone to do is to be able to manage your affairs, work on your behalf in the event you were incapacitated, or if you were just out of town. You know, my wife had to be a power of attorney for me one time while I was out of town to handle business for our affairs. So a power of attorney can work for you in a number of ways. But why is it important to have that? Because you never know what may happen. And now with all of these HIPAA laws, with the Patriot Act, where it's almost impossible to get information about someone and you're not on file, whether it's with a doctor or an employer or a financial institution, you need a power of attorney. So if you went online and found someone to draft a will for you, they can do the same thing for the power of attorney. Okay? The key thing to remember on the power of attorney is you have a primary person, and then you can also have a secondary person. Okay? So you want to make sure you put two people down, and make sure the people you can trust and understand what you would want to happen with your financial affairs. Third, this is what you need, is a POD. Okay? That's the acronym for Payable on Debt. Payable on debt. What a POD is this. If you have any account, listen to me, if you have any account, checking, savings, money market, CD, non-IRA investment account, any type of financial account that just has your name on it, you want to add a POD. Even if you're married, but you have an account that's just in your name, it's singly owned, not jointly owned, you need a POD. All you have to do is go to your financial institution, ask for a POD form, and if you have multiple accounts there, that one form will cover all of the accounts. What a POD is, it says, in the event of my death, instead of my money being tied up in probate or being tied up here at this institution, it will automatically pass to a person that I choose. Now, the key with the payable on death is that that person has no control over your account while you're living. They have no check writing privileges. They have no withdrawal privileges. There's nothing they can do. Their power only comes into play upon your death. And so you don't have the fear of wondering, well, if I put this person down, will they be able to get to my money? No, they cannot. But it's there to protect your funds, to make sure that Uncle Sam won't come in, the government won't come in, the courts won't come in and tie up your money when you would want it to go to your loved ones. Okay, the fourth estate planning tool that you need is a living will. Living will. Okay, what a living will will do is it makes your wishes known in the event of some type of major medical decision that needs to be made. You know, if you've never had to make the decision of taking someone off of life support, I promise you, it is a very emotional and heart-wrenching decision to have to make. You would not want your family to have to do that for you. Now, as I'm talking about this, some people are like, well, Winfrey, why are you talking about it? Because life happens, okay? I'm not wishing this upon anyone. I'm not trying to be morbid, but what I am being is realistic. And so it would be a lot easier on you, and it would be a lot easier on your family if you have in a legal document stated what you would want your wishes to be in the event that you had a decision that had to be made about, do we continue with your life, do you have a major surgery, all of these things, if by chance you were in a position where you couldn't say that for yourself. Okay. Then the next thing I want to make sure that you want to make sure you have beneficiaries on all of your retirement accounts. Listen to me, if there's one mistake that most people make, it's the lack of beneficiaries. Do not list as a beneficiary payable to your estate. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you choose an individual, because non-individuals payable to your estate, if that passes, then you could look at losing almost half of what you set aside in your retirement accounts to taxes. You don't want that to happen. But when I'm not married, I don't have any children, put someone down, okay? But you also want to verify that you have beneficiaries listed. Because if you work for a company with a sponsored plan, we talked about this in our retirement planning video. If you have a 401k, 403b, 457, thrift savings plan, well, not thrift savings, but the other ones. If the company that manages the account, if that's changed over the years, there's a possibility that your beneficiaries that were on your old account may not transfer to your new account. You want to verify. Do not leave that to chance. Don't say, well, I think it is, it should be. No, you want to make sure. Because in the event of death, you would not want almost half of your account lost because you didn't have the right person listed and you did not have a person listed. And then the next thing I would say is think over your decisions. Everything that we've talked about is an importance to it. There's a lot that goes into it. Do not, in haste, make these decisions. A lot of these decisions that you make will impact what happens to the rest of your funds, what impact it will make on your family members. Think this through. Just because somebody made you mad last week, don't say, I'm going to take you out of my will, I'm getting ready to remove you. No, these things are serious. But don't just make decisions because you're watching this video and you're saying, I don't have any of these things, so I need to get them done. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And you're not really thinking about what if something happens. Would you want this person to receive this part of your estate? Would you want to leave out this person? Whatever you do, think through your decisions. And so that's what I would tell you. That's what our homework is for this week. I want you to look to see what areas you have holes in your estate plan, what you need to work on, and what persons that you would want to leave these assets to. Well, thank you again for tuning in this week. Go ahead, if you have not downloaded our free chapter, go to our website, charleswinfrey.com, put in your name, email address, download our free chapter of our new book, 7 Secrets to Financial Success. We're just a few weeks away. We're going to have the copies in our hands, and you'll be able to get your copy autographed by me. Order as many as you would want to order for friends, family, co-workers. I'm excited about what's happening this year. Continue to follow us, subscribe to this channel as we show you how to reach financial success over the next 52 weeks. Well, thank you again. Come back next week, same station, same time as we go over week number 13 of how we can have financial success. Thanks.